Do you want to be a badass samurai? Well, I got the perfect mod showcase for you. Hey guys, Ronin here. We are taking a look at one of my favorite class mods on Nexus Mods. That is the Samurai Fighter subclass. I gotta say, this is super fun. So if you want to add some flair to your fighters and kind of have that nice like Eastern samurai theme, definitely check it out. There's going to be 3 to 4 mods I'm going to recommend in combination with this. So you have the base samurai mod here, which is created by Bonaventura. Hopefully I said your name correctly. He actually comes out with 2 different versions of this. You have the version set up as if you were leveling 1 to 20, which you would need a separate mod to go past level 12 anyway. I think I'm not a big fan of those type of mods because I like using level 1 to 12 with the way the game is balanced. I think after level 12, you just get too overpowered. That being said, he does have an augmentation that you would download along with this called the Shogun mod. And there's 2 different versions of this. There's one that just essentially makes it so you gain everything you would normally gain levels 1 to 20 for Baldur's Gate 3 is levels 1 to 12. And he has the Shogun Samurai like buffed mod, which adds 2 additional benefits, the No Thought and Iajitsu Strike, which is essentially adding your wisdom modifier to damage and hit chance. And Iajitsu Strike is kind of like having sneak attack damage, but for the fighter samurai subclass, which is really fun. It adds some pretty cool flair to the whole idea. You think about like, you know, like the samurai swords are like that. That's essentially what it makes me think of. Now, there will be 2 other mods I do want to state that are completely optional, but if you want to add some really cool flair, definitely download it. So the first one is going to be Transmog Edit Enhanced or Transmog Enhanced. This essentially allows you to make any piece of armor or weapon look like something else. The reason you need that is because there is a mod called the Land of Reed Samurai. So if you played Elden Ring, the samurai armor, you can get that in game. The only issue right now, if you take a look at a lot of the bug reports and some of the posts, is not everything in this mod is actually working correctly, which is a little unfortunate because I do think it looks really badass. I think the robe with it looks really cool and I wish it worked better, but you can work around. You can still download it. So if you do want to do that, I will showcase it at the end of the video. The samurai armor or the samurai armor no robes, because the robes aren't working right now, go with the no robes version. And at the end of the video, I will show you how you can transmog the armor onto anything you want so you can still look like that badass samurai while still having really fun doing whatever you want using any armor and weapon you want as well. Alright guys, so for the samurai, this is a subclass of the fighter, so you have access to it at level 3. You can see I am using the samurai armor mod that I did state is broken. I had to mess around with this to get it to actually work, and I'll showcase that at the end of the video in case you do want to do it yourself. So at level 3, you get to pick your samurai, and assuming you did go the Shogun route, you have the ability Elegant right here. Whenever you make a persuasion check, you gain a bonus equal to your wisdom modifier, and you get Iajitsu Strike. Essentially, this is kind of like sneak attack damage, but a little differently. It scales not as great as sneak attack does, which makes sense because it would be too OP if it did. But this is a great addition. Obviously, if you go for the normal route and don't want the Iajitsu Strike, you can easily use the other version of this mod. But keep in mind, for the Iajitsu Strike, you do get extra damage. You also, at level 3, get Fighting Spirit, which is its own little resource here. So basically what this does, as a bonus action, you gain advantage on all your weapon attack rolls until the end of your turn. This is really powerful, and it makes this class a monster. You also get to choose some abilities here, so I can go into one of my abilities that I wanted, like for example Insight, and also gain expertise in it if I wanted to. At level 5, just like all the other subclasses that you have for fighter, you do gain extra attack, but you also gain No Thought, which is the additional bonus for the Shogun version of this mod that allows you to add your samurai damage, like your wisdom modifier, assuming it is a positive modifier, to your attack and damage rolls. This is what makes the class really OP in combination with the Iajitsu Strike, but it is really fun. So at level 6, you get Tireless Spirit. When you roll initiative and have no uses of Fighting Spirit remaining, you gain 1 use, which is nice. So Even if you do a lot of combat and you run out, at least for the start of combat, you'll have at least one charge to use, which is really nice to have. Now at level 7, you have two abilities called Rapid Strike and Rapid Strike Dismiss, and I will showcase this in combat itself, but essentially you have advantage against a target. You can essentially give yourself disadvantage, which kind of like nullifies it. And by doing so, you can add an extra attack for free. This is really, really powerful, but you do get rid of your advantage when you use this. But it's even more damage, which is just adding even more damage on top of everything else you have. So you are a killing machine. So at level 9, you get the cool ability whenever you fail a saving throw, you can reroll it again and use the new result instead, which is really fantastic. So this is just another added benefit. At level 10, essentially you gain the Orc racial as a class feature, which is just so damn cool. I absolutely love it. So you could be an Orc if you wanted. I have no idea how that Orc racial would interact with this, but you get it for free, which is really cool. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and showcase just a quick fight here for you to understand everything. So hopefully I explain it well. So you have a couple of things to take a look at. You have your Jitsu strikes, which you can have it trigger automatically. This is basically sneak attack for the samurai. If you have sneak attack with the rogue, I am not sure how it would interact. It may break it, it may not. I'm really not sure. But this is basically having sneak attack as a samurai, which is pretty damn cool. I just have it set to trigger automatically right now. So instead of asking, like, see, you just put it on ask. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have it set automatically. But if you don't want to waste charges and overkill enemies, you may want it to have set to ask instead. Hey guys, Future Ronin here. In case I didn't explain it well, Ijitsu Strike, the extra damage is only on the first target you attack per round that you have advantage on. So although it is similar to sneak attack, it is different. So what comes really beneficial is the fact that I can give myself Fighting Spirit. It's a bonus action. By doing so, I will gain advantage on all my weapon attacks until the end of my turn, which makes things like haste, speed potions, and action surge very, very useful. Instead of doing that though, we're going to go ahead and just open up on a target in front of us. I'm going to take off Great Weapon Master for a second, and let's go ahead and open up on a target right here. Alright, so now that it's my turn, I am going to use my bonus action, Fighting Spirit. That way I can gain advantage. You can see when I go to attack, 90%. If I put my passive on, Great Weapon Master, and I go to attack now, you can see I do have a significant less chance to hit because of the -5 chance to hit with Great Weapon Master. So we'll put this on. Bam. It uses a charge. Uses my bonus action, but now you can see Fighting Spirit is now set to go. So now when I attack, I have advantage that I can attack the enemy with, which is what we're going to do now. He died. Fantastic. Now you can see this was highlighted earlier and it's now gone. I'm going to go ahead and use Action Surge and basically explain the way this works. Let's go ahead and pop it. Now, you can see we have a few targets left. Let's go ahead and go for the target in front of us now instead so you can understand the way this works. So, Rapid Strike, the way it reads, essentially, you go into a stance where you get rid of your advantage. So, Fighting Spirit will disappear, but by doing so, you can attack the enemy an additional time for free, basically giving you 4 attacks in 1 turn. And you can dismiss it anytime you want to gain the benefit of Fighting Spirit back. So we will go ahead and use a Rapid Strike on this target in front of us. You can see I have Rapid Strike against the target. This unit was a target by Samurai's Rapid Strike. The Samurai forgoes advantage to get an extra free attack. So let's go ahead and attack the enemy now. And you can see I no longer have advantage against this enemy. So let's attack him here. There's 1. Now you can see I still have no advantage, so my chance to hit is really low. I will take off my Great Weapon Master all in. We'll attack again. Oh, I killed him. So now when I go attack, you can see I still don't have it because I was in the stance where I no longer have advantage. So let's go ahead and dismiss it now. So now when I attack, I have my advantage back. So hopefully that makes sense. Essentially, when you use this, you get rid of your advantage, so you have your normal attack chance in order to gain an extra attack for free. Once you kill that target, you would want to dismiss it since you no longer have the debuff on the enemy. And that's basically the way it works. You are a samurai. You fight, you kill, you're just a straight up martial class fighter. You go in, you stab, you kill with a little bit of extra flair. So hopefully that all made sense. If it did, definitely comment down below if you have questions or anything else. I would gladly help out when I can. And one last thing, guys, I didn't showcase it in this video because the mod itself, I didn't find it until after making it. But there is an elven weaponry mod, essentially a katana mod, that allows you to upgrade your katana as you play. And it has some really cool benefits. So taking a look at this, you can get a katana that does bleed damage. And as you can see, as you upgrade it, you get more stuff. Look at all the cool stuff you can get with this. You get some like really badass stuff with this, but you do have to sacrifice some pretty significant strong gear in order to upgrade it, which I think is a worthy sacrifice. I wanted to add this part in because this mod is really awesome, and when I do my live stream, I am going to be using this katana mod with my samurai class. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe and comment what you want to see next. Thank you to all my members. If you want early access to videos like this, shout outs, and some additional perks for my live streams, hit join down below. Let's go ahead and showcase how to get the samurai armor on any armor that you want now. And for those who are wondering how I did end up getting the samurai armor mod to work, I do want to showcase how I did that. It's a combination of the Transmog mod that allows you to transmog appearances on other items. You can see I am using a katana, but this is the giant Hillslayer legendary greatsword. You can see right now with my armor, like I have the splint armor 2, which is really the hell dust armor because I made it look like that, but it clips with the way the armor looks. So what I'm going to end up doing is finding a piece of gear that I can put underneath of it that doesn't look too bad. So I put this here in this right slot. I'm going to go ahead and put what I wanted the transmog to. So we'll go like that. And this one looks a little bit better. I don't like the color scheme here, so I can just end up dyeing it later on to see if that, like, you know, looks a little better. So we'll put this here and see how it looks. And I think that doesn't look too bad overall. I can't wait for the samurai armor mod to be updated, but you can technically use the mod in combination with the transmog mod and get it to work, but you do have to work around with it to do that.